how's everybody doing today? I have some downtime, so I am going to decided to make a new episode. I am so sorry I haven't been on in such a while. I think it's been like a month and a half. I told you I can't always publish. I'm very busy with my two kids. Speaking of my two kids, I got some new updated information on what's going on with them. My youngest, as for my youngest, we just got her measured for her leg braces, her stander, in her wheelchair. She will be needing a wheelchair when she starts school next year due to her not walking yet. She's having issues putting weight on her feet due to low muscle tone and of course her autism. So we ordered her a stander, leg braces, ankle braces, and a wheelchair. So waiting on those to come in. What is so cool about her wheelchair is that it looks like a stroller. It looks like a stroller, but it's a wheelchair. And it's so neat how they have this designed. And the color will be pink. So it's going to be so cool looking. Her pediatrician, along with her physical therapist that comes to our house at least twice a week, has ordered her that. And I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not gonna lie though, when they brought in the sample of a wheelchair that they were gonna order, I did get a little emotional because they did bring in a sample, like the medical supply people that they were, my youngest child therapist works with. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the medical supply people brought in a sample wheelchair of what my youngest will be using, and it did make me a little emotional. Kind of choked me up a little bit, so I did go kind of quiet as her PT, physical therapist, and the medical supply person were talking and chit-chatting on how the wheelchair should be designed. Because I do feel bad for my youngest. She's had gone through so much, and she's only 2 years old. It's crazy. And then my 4-year-old, of course, has gone through so much. But yeah, I feel bad for both of them. But as I was saying, I am a little tired. I'm kind of lying in bed as I talk. So, and I'm also doing something else. If I get kind of off track, I apologize. I'm trying to do like 2-3 things at once like I always do. Well, anyway, so, like I said, her physical therapist showed me a sample. Not really a sample, but showed me exactly what got ordered for my 2-year-old, and it looks awesome, like I said before. So, and she said it's durable, it's foldable, and it's lightweight. And it feels like an actual stroller too. So, and it folds like one of those umbrella strollers. If you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's good. And as for her leg braces or ankle braces, they are going to be pink camo. So, and especially since her room is half pink camo. And so we're pretty excited about that. We're waiting on those to come in as well. And then the stander is going to be colored purple. So, we're just waiting on all those to come in. We ordered all those like 2-3 weeks ago, so they should be coming in soon. It's just insurance issues, So yeah, when you get private insurance and HMO, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those who work for HMOs, I'm not dissing y'all, don't get me wrong. I respect everybody that works in the medical field. I respect those that work for medical insurances as this pain in the butt going through, insurance, private insurance stuff. So that's okay. As long as they approved it, that's all that mattered to me, and they did. So I don't know if we still have to pay anything outright, like out of pocket. So far, they haven't, they said no, but no, wait. For the leg braces, we've had to pay something out of pocket, but not much. So as for the wheelchair and stander, I don't know yet. They haven't said anything yet. They'll probably, wait until it comes in, and then we'll find out maybe how much, if we have to pay anything out of pocket. But so far, our insurance have covered majority of it, so that's really good. That's good news. So as for my 4-year-old, she is doing so good. Oh, backtrack to my 2-year-old. I'm sorry. She is doing a lot better than before. Her physical therapists have stated she's getting around a lot more. She's putting more weight on her knees. She's crawling on her hands and knees. She's very observant now more. So that's very good. That's a great sign. And she did pretty good. She did pretty good today when we helped her get on her feet. We still have to, of course, support her when she gets on her feet, because like I said, she can't do it on her own yet. She can't get up on her own 2 feet yet and actually stand up. So, but she did when we put her feet down, like planted her feet, actually leaned against one of our couches. She did kind of push up on her arms. So that's really good, like a push up, And so that's really good. That's improvement right there. I'm so proud of her. We are so proud of her. So she is improving. And I don't know if I have stated, but she had to have a MRI or a sedated CAT scan done back in March. And in case if I haven't stated this in the last episode, I am happy to say that that it all came back normal, because they thought she had hydrocephalus hydrocephalus, which is extra fluid in the brain, and it showed none. It was clear. There was no hemorrhaging, which is bleeding in the brain, nothing. So she just has a little bit bigger circumference, not brain circumference, head circumference, and that's okay. I mean, their daddy's head's pretty big, so, he's a big guy. He's 6'1", 180 pounds. So of course her head's gonna be a little big. So, okay, so I'm gonna, now back to my 4-year-old. Like I said, I apologize for getting off track. I am doing other things too as I'm doing this. Life of being a mother, right? And so, as for my 4-year-old, she's doing wonderful in school and in her therapy sessions as well. She is back in feeding therapy. She started that again about a month and a half ago. She was just in speech therapy, and then they started feeding therapy along with that. So now she goes to therapy twice a week. They don't come to us. We have to go to them because she has aged out the at-home therapy. So as for my 2-year-old, of course they come to us. But anyways, so she's doing pretty good in her feeding therapy, actually. Her therapists have stated that she has tasted a few things. She still can't really get the grasp of like chewing, but we're not pushing anything. You can't really push an autistic child with anything. So we're just trying a little bit of stuff at a time. Like we'll put, she said that she'll put get a little spoon that they use in that kind of therapy, and it's like it's kind of hard to explain. It's like a baby spoon, but it's kind of is for sensory issues, and so she'll put that spoon on her arm so that way she can feel what that spoon looks like, and then she'll kind of dip it in whatever I provide her. Like, I'll provide her some pudding or jello, whatever, and she'll dip it in the jello and kind of spread it on her lips or whatever, or mouth. And at first, oh my goodness, my 4-year-old would fight it off. But now, she don't fight it off. She lets her actually spread it around her lips. Now, as for actually putting it in her mouth, she still kind of like keeps her mouth closed. But hey, putting it on her mouth is an improvement, So that's a huge improvement. And she has kind of licked it off. So she has kind of tasted it. So we're getting there. I'm hoping by next year we'll be actually on table food, because I think I mentioned this before. If I haven't, or if you're new here, my 4-year-old is on pediatric shakes right now. She used to like solid food. She used to like baby food. She used to like regular food. But then she, at 18 months, she digressed. And that's when we noticed the signs of autism. And no matter what we try, she just don't want anything to do with food anymore after like 18 months. So we, of course, got her evaluated, found out she had autism, found out she had sensory issues. And there you go. Now she's in feeding therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, all that. So, but yeah, like I said, she's made a huge improvement as well. And then in her speech therapy, she says her ABC, she says her 1 through 3s. She can name off colors, she can name off shapes. She can even kind of read now. I am not joking. This girl is intelligent. Both of my daughters are intelligent. I'm not being biased here. They are. It's incredible. I am so proud of the both of them. They're, my husband and I are just couldn't be more proud. So yeah, and speaking of my 4-year-old, she does have one more year at her school. She's basically in pre-K now. When she was 3, she started ECSE, which is Early Childhood Special Education Program. And it's basically, of course, it's a program where if your child was at-home therapy through ECI, which is Early Childhood Intervention, they will, in my state at least, they will provide them, schooling if you want to put them in school at 3, but it's of course up to you as a parent. If you have of course a kid with special needs, and if they're in the ECI program, and if you do decide to put them at 3, you got to put them, they got to go through an assessment through the school district you're in and all that. And if they say, okay, yeah, your child qualifies for the ECSE program, then they'll put them in the program. And also, it depends on what school district you're in, or whether or not they go full day or half a day. Luckily, in the school district we live in, it is full day. So it's from 8 to 4, which is nice. So yeah, at 3, she started ECSE. And at 4, so now she's 4, and she's basically in pre-K, but still in the special education program and at the same school. But next year she is graduating and basically going off to kindergarten already, because she'll be 5. I can't believe it. It's crazy. Where did the time go? Seriously. And then her sister is, I got 2 girls, by the way, in case if I didn't specify. But her younger sister, my 2-year-old, she will be starting school as well next year, because she'll be 3. And I've opted in her starting the ECSE program as well, because I've seen huge improvement with my 4-year-old. So I'm like, yeah, I want my 2-year-old to go. And so yeah, I've opted in that, of course, her going. And so they may be at this maybe going to the same school for like a few months, but that's about it. But yeah, I am real excited. I just can't believe I'm going to have 2 kids in school by next year. It's crazy. Speaking of which, when they're in school, I'm thinking about going to college myself. Or going back to college, excuse me, because I've already been to college. But I'm thinking about going back and getting another degree myself. Still up in the air because my 2 girls' schedule is very hectic with a whole bunch of doctor's appointments, a whole bunch of therapy appointments, you name it, because they're both autistic. One is level 2 and the other's level 3. One walks and talks, but doesn't like eating, can't really talk that much, but getting better, and the other can barely talk and can't walk yet, and so yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, my me going back to college still up in there, like I said. If I do go back and maybe just strictly all online, I'll probably just start with 1 or 2 classes and see how I do. And if I do wonderful, then I'll, of course, go to 3 to 4 classes. I'm hoping to go back to campus someday, because I don't know what their curriculum I'm looking into. I don't know if it offers fully online. Because I am thinking about going back in mass communication, but like I said, I don't know if they offer that fully online with the school I'm going to. So, but yeah, if they don't, I will still take as many online classes as I can with that curriculum, and then I'll go, I'll try to go back to campus when I can. Because I really do want to go back to that school. I do love the school that I used to go to. My sister went to it too and graduated and all that, so. And I do kind of miss the campus, and I used to be a radio DJ over there, like I've said before, in that town, and so. But yeah. But this episode's kind of a short episode. Like I said, I've been so busy with the girls, and then my life is pretty hectic myself. Not in a bad way. I've been having a little bit of health issues myself. I know this channel is mainly about the girls, but I had to have a biopsy on a little lymph node in my neck. Luckily, everything came out negative. No cancer, so thank goodness, because that lymph node was getting pretty big. So yeah. No cancer, like I said, hallelujah. But I do have to have a follow-up biopsy on my stomach area, because I got one done 3 years ago, and the doctor that did it didn't like what he saw, or didn't like what he found. It wasn't anything big where I needed treatment or anything, but he did want to do a follow-up. So I have to have he did want to do a follow-up 3 years later, and it's been 3 years since my last one, so I got to get that done. And plus, I've been having a little bit of symptoms of, like what I had 3 years ago. And I've always had stomach issues all my life, to be honest, so I don't know what to think about it anymore, When you've had something all your life, you're like, whatever, you kind of blow off stuff, and, or try to, but when it continually bothers you, it's annoying. Trust me. If you have medical issues yourself and you're trying to take care of a family, it gets annoying. And you can't help it, and you gotta take care of yourself, because if you're not healthy, how are you gonna take care of your family? If you're not doing good, how are you gonna be there? So that's what I'm trying to do with myself, and that's also why I hoping I get to get this follow-up procedure done as well. I do have to get put to sleep for this procedure. It's not fun. I do have to prepare for this procedure. I'm not going to go into detail what I have to do, but that part's definitely not fun. I know I'm like really young for this stuff. I'm too young, but I do have like family history of cancer and all that, and that's also why they do all this kind of early on me, and especially since they, saw something 3 years ago. So they just want to make sure it hasn't came back. I'm pretty sure it hasn't. I don't know, and if it has, we'll deal with it. So like we did before, like I said, I didn't have to go through no treatment. They just dealt, I just dealt with this and everything was good afterwards for a while. But like I said, it came back. But I also been kind of under a little bit of stress with my 2 girls, and it's not a bad thing, I mean, when you're a mom, you're stressed out, period. Sometimes, it's a hectic life, whether you work, don't work. It's hard being a mom, period. And especially if your spouse, significant other, husband, wife, works all the time, boyfriend, girlfriend, is the main breadwinner, and they work all the time, and they work like 12 to 16 hours or whatever, or they're gone a lot, like mine is. It's hard, and especially if you don't have a support network, like we kind of don't. We really don't. We do have, like I said before, we do have family and friends that do love our girls very much, but people barely come around. Barely. We will ask for, sometimes for help, not financially, but I'm talking about like physically and all that, and a lot of people have excuses. The only one that's helped out a lot since he's moved back has been my dad, and we've been grateful for that, but we don't expect him to do it all the time. No, that's our job, that's our job as parents, to take care of our kids and raise them, But it is hard by myself, let me tell you. But on those days when I just feel so exhausted because my husband's working so much and I'm just on my own, I will call my dad and be like, hey, can you take over tonight, or can you help me tonight? I'm exhausted. And he'll be like, yeah, sure. But of course, then, I have to let him know ahead of time, because it's my dad. He has to work, So, and he has a life too, and and I understand that. Well, anyways, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend ahead, and happy early Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Whether you have a fur baby, whether you have actual babies of your own, or whether you have an angel baby, you're all still mothers, so happy Mother's Day. And if you're trying, happy early Mother's Day. So I hope you all have a wonderful one out there, in case if I don't get on here again. If you hear some background noise, I apologize. It's my TV. I cannot find my remote to turn it off. So, or turn down the sounds. So, yeah, I apologize. Well, I'm going to get off of here so I can go to sleep because it is getting late. Until next time, this is Melanie signing out.